This is BEERadio, the best show on the internet that you are currently watching or listening to.
I'm excited to be here. You know, it's not every day you do a show quite like this. A show where, well, you know, we've been off for a few weeks. The man turned us down from doing what we needed to do. But we've got some. We had 4 guests or 3 guests booked for this wonderful show. Start the show really, really sad.
Are we on right now?
They're all dead. Yeah, this is a real thing.
I thought so.
This is a real thing. I'm with Steven. Steven, how's it going?
Pretty good. Happy to be here.
I am too. I wanted to start because I had reordered my notes to make this not start off like really sad. I put
What did you just say?
Well, okay.
To not start off sad?
To not start off the show completely sad.
All right.
I was going to I moved the topics around, but instead well, what happened is I had a dialogue set up. We're gonna go in behind the scenes in this episode, how a podcast works.
All right.
I set up notes where I put an S for Steven and a K for Kylie. So I had 5 seconds before the show started. I had to immediately erase all the Kylies. So it was going to be coming to you immediately, directly, and saying, I'm actually really glad you're on the show because you just told me you were just talking about me. So Steven Ingles is on the show. He is he's a kid from one of my high schools. I'm actually glad we have you on alone because we've been slowly introducing the high school the crew into the thing because all the people I do shows with, all 4 of them are alumni of our high school.
Glorious school.
You could say that a school name at any time. I just bleeped out anyway. So
I try to forget it whenever possible.
It's actually good too because it's all the same high school.
That's actually a little bit traumatic for me. Just bringing back too much.
Did you get bullied in high school?
No, I was a bully. I was so mean. No,
were you really?
This is horrible, man. It's high school. Who actually enjoys high school?
In foresight, I actually miss it.
Hindsight.
Never thought in hindsight, whatever they want. I'm so good. Can I hire you to literally just correct me?
Yeah, I'll do it the whole show.
It'd be perfect. I'll put a couch back in here and I'll let you listen and just yell. It'd be perfect.
I think when people get nostalgic about high school, it's more about outside of high school and not actually the high school itself.
The friendship was fun.
No responsibilities really.
But there was so much homework though, so I didn't like that part. I felt like it was like a job.
I
never did the homework.
I slacked off though. I took classes that I shouldn't have been taking. They're too easy for me.
So you always went down.
Yeah, whenever possible. I was like, I'm gonna take the easier of these 2 routes.
I would do that with like math and stuff because I loved math, but I didn't want to.
My math credit for senior year was personal finance.
Mine was too. Did we have personal finances together?
No, the only class we had together was Miss Kelly's class, graphics.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think we did. I had personal finances with someone with Dennis, and Dennis and Mikey, and a friend of mine, Robin English. Is that her name? I think it is.
No.
And I think that's her name. Allegedly, that's her name because I don't know. But so I sat in the very back, and I didn't know Dennis or Mikey at the time. I don't think you know Mikey because he's wasn't in graphics classes. At least the ones that
Mike
you
who?
were in.
That sounds familiar.
Mikey Petrosky, maybe.
No, I don't think I do.
He was like Dennis's best friend, I think. But they both sat like in front of me in personal finances. So God damn it, Jody King, stop fucking texting me. But
she's the worst.
She literally is the worst.
She's the worst person.
She's the worst.
Explain it.
What was he talking about? But okay, so they sat in front of me, so I had to like watch their intermingle because one sat in front of the other, so I had to like watch their interaction with each other,
Dennis
like, as being best friends,
their
and
bromance.
like wanting to get into that bromance so hard because they were the coolest kids in school, and next to you. Obviously.
Yeah. You know, speaking of Dennis, do you follow anything
that he's on? No, I'm terrified.
No, that he's on, I haven't seen or heard from that kid in such a long time. But Ricky Gervais. You know Ricky Gervais, The Office and Extras, and
Yeah.
do you know the other guy who he writes with, Stephen Merchant?
I have no idea who that is.
Oh my god,
I know
you're gonna have
Ricky
to look it
Gervais.
up. He reminds me of Dennis in so many ways. It's hilarious.
What ways? Because I don't know this person.
What about him?
Yeah.
He's just he co-writes a lot of shows with Ricky Gervais. Like he made The Office with Ricky Gervais.
Okay.
He had his own show on HBO, but it only went a season and it got canceled.
What was it called? Do you know?
Hello Ladies. It's
Okay.
hilarious. I suggest checking it out. Anyone listening, because it's awesome.
All right, when I edit the show, I'll check it out.
Okay.
That's the only way I ever remember anything
All right.
from the show. So, I like a lot of. Was Ricky Gervais in the original Office?
He made it, and he was the boss. in the
Okay, yep,
original.
you're right.
Oh, David Brent was his character's name. I actually just rewatched this.
Okay, his character's name.
Yeah.
Because I watched a little. I have to rewatch all of the British Office.
The thing
I love
about
the American Office.
I love both of them a lot. The American one I love up until Steve left, and then all you have left is supporting characters, and you can't pull a show like that. I don't think. But the thing about
It was it was kind of sad to see. Like I don't know why, because who Stephen Carell left the show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always hate seeing that. I don't know.
Yeah, you understand that they were on for quite a while before he left.
Yeah.
He left it like after 7 or 8 seasons, and
They should have just. I don't know. They should have just axed it.
yeah,
so many
exactly.
shows
They try
that
to milk
just-
them for way too long, and then it gets ridiculous, and it loses whatever life it had. It's a husk of itself after a certain point. Yeah.
I think you're right. Yeah, because especially with like basic cable shows like that, like the I think I don't know. This might not be true, but I assume the executives are really behind it, just like to say if this is making money, let's continue to do it.
Yeah, and the thing though is, even once it does get bad, it makes them money. It continues to do. Like The Office still made a lot of money even when it wasn't good anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's just they just don't.
It's a money grab.
don't
There's
look at the
no art to
content,
it
which is
anymore.
sad.
Yeah, it's no soul. Capitalism.
Speaking of no soul, so glad I'm here. God, what were we even talking about? I have to go back to my notes to remember what we were talking about. Oh, we were talking about you being here.
It's easy to forget during this one-to-one podcast we're doing.
What show is this? Is this a Windows show? Is this a show I just get drunk and I'm actually getting better because usually sometimes I'd start like on my days off I'll just day drink. So I'll start at like well it depends, but I'll start. Well, the other day I started drinking at 7 a.m. So actually 7 a.m. I drink like a mimosa drink and I'll start a little bit early, but today and then start for about 5 p.m. That's pretty good.
It's pretty good because I've been unemployed the past few months.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring that up to be sad, but what did you lose a job?
It's all
or?
good. Oh,
I'm sorry.
So we had this like really shady Filipino owner. I used to work at
What kind of place did you work in?
Big B Coffee. I was like,
Okay, I love that place.
it's great. It got me addicted to coffee, among other things, because we did what the fuck we wanted while we were there. It's really nice to have a blender at your disposal on night shifts. Come in, you can make up.
What are you doing with the blender?
It's bring in some adult beverages. And you can make up whatever you want.
What kind of drinks would you make? Mudslides?
All sorts of stuff. I mean, we just
it's
tried.
like Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I actually had a friend who started making white Russians, what he would call it.
What's a white Russian? It's rum. It's
rum and cream. It's horrible, and
that sounds disgusting.
It's horrible. And one time we had a Christmas party at Big Bay. I told my friend to slow the fuck down, and he had 12 white Russians. So essentially 6 full cups of cream with alcohol. And he promptly vomited. So it's a good time.
I would drink God, what was it? Was it Bailey's? No, I didn't drink Bailey's. I would drink any kind of flavored beer, like the summer shanties, and I would drink 7 of them. And if there was nothing else to drink, and there was only beer, and I would just vomit as soon as I got in the car. I would just vomit.
No, I'm usually pretty good with not getting sick on alcohol. I have the liver of a demigod.
Do you have any good puking stories?
Hold
on, real quick. Let's say hi to Jody. Jody, you on?
I I'm on.
Oh, God.
I'm so excited you're here.
I'm here. Well, I didn't want to interrupt anything.
Yeah,
Well, that's fine. I actually wanted to bring you on. Do you have any good puking stories?
Puking stories?
Yeah. Okay. I'll let you think of yours. I have to fix your audio, anyways. Now you sound.
Stingles has seen me puke once by the railroad tracks. I think maybe.
I don't remember this.
That was a very vague day and night.
I remember being by railroad tracks with you once, but yeah, I don't remember that aspect of the story. Then again, it is a bit of a hazy memory, I could say, so it's very possible.
I can barely hear you.
Well, then fuck you, Jody. You need to get better ears.
And I told Ryan not to let this bitch on anyway, and now here we are, obviously ruining the show.
Well, I want to tell my best puking story is probably when I was at Denny's and I put my hand over my mouth like a fist, and there was a hole.
A fist.
And I was drunk, and I puked, like projectile vomited through the little other end of my pinky, like. And then
were you sitting? Where were you sitting at? Were you at like a table at Denny's?
I was at the biggest booth, like in the middle of Denny's.
Oh. So instead of just being sick where you will, you turned it into like a gun?
Well, I only spewed a little bit, and then I went to the bathroom and puked and said I'm sorry to the person that was next to me taking a shit.
Oh, that's... You both should have apologized to each other at that point.
Have you ever got kicked out of a place, Jody?
So what?
Have you ever been kicked out of a place?
Out of a place?
You seem like a disaster. Have you ever been kicked out of a place?
No, but no.
No, I haven't either.
I'm surprised I haven't gotten kicked out of my work.
Yeah,
where do you work at, Jody?
I'm currently at my work. I'm at Bo-Ricks.
You do? Oh, I was gonna ask you if you would cut my hair, but I am terrified to have you near my neck with scissors.
Yeah, any sort of sharp object.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was like really, I'm really kind of crazy. Jody area is kind of crazy.
Jody informed me today that she put a slow metabolizing poison in my hair when she cut it. So, everyone listen, if I die soon, you know exactly where to start this investigation.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Does Jody cut your hair?
A day or two ago she did. The first time. Well, she cut my hair once.
Let's see it. Let's see the whole thing. I want to see.
You want to take the headphones off?
I mean, if you don't have to.
A nice little.
That looks good.
Yeah, it's a good cut.
Looks like you got it cut by Helen Keller.
Helen Keller.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, but she has a good
nice.
sense of touch, though, because of the.
Did she? Okay, Jody, I want you to be honest. Did you do any special touches with Steven?
Do I what?
Did you give Steven any kind of special
treatment?
treatment when you were cutting his hair, like sexual?
Did I give him special treatment?
Yeah, like sexual. Did you were you getting were you getting wet when you were cutting them?
Well, of course.
I'm being totally honest, because if I was to be a hair stylist, I might do that.
Yeah, I mean it's to be expected.
I might get handsy.
Yeah, she was feeling me up in the chest area.
I don't believe that. This show isn't about. This show isn't about lies. This show isn't about lies.
No, he got there and we were busy, and I brought him back so I could go have a cigarette,
quote unquote.
What do you do? Okay.
Oh. I allegedly had a cigarette. And
how do you smoke your cigarettes, Jody?
Through a pipe.
Do you really? What? How does that? Do you an actual pipe, like an old man?
More of a cigarette-looking pipe.
I don't understand. Describe it to me.
Not like a corn cob pipe.
It's not. I have a Hawaiian pipe that I would smoke weed out of.
The hell is a Hawaiian pipe?
It's like a Hawaiian wood. It looks like a what are those things, Jody? I'm asking Jody. Jody's my new expert. The things like the totem poles. Is that what they are? What the?
And then I have but anyway, back to the story.
Good topic. Thanks, Jody. Okay, go on, Jody.
We're in the middle, so
Anyway, And then Steven's hand, as I was cutting his hair, was kept, like, the thing covered him, just, like, kept moving. I was like, what are you doing under there?
What was he?
You know?
What do you think
you're making me really uncomfortable right now.
You loved it.
That
was your tip.
He was like, no, dude, it's just my phone. My phone's ringing. My phone's going off. And I was like, oh, that's okay. And I was like, I haven't seen you in a really long time, and this is so awkward. And then she kept moving his hand again, and then he ended up splooging all over my...
It was a mess.
Did he come in just without... No. Did he come in without knowing you worked there?
No,
I told him I worked here.
She was like really hesitant about it. I was like, listen, you've come in here before and I need a haircut. And she's like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, I know you do it. Yep. Oh, where do you work? Just very hesitant, not wanting me to come in kind of thing. So.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of suspicious of Jody right now.
I only have people...
What?
Shut up, Jody. I only have people cut my hair that like I know. I would always go to the same barber over and over. I would go to some place called like Chaos in Mount Clemens. Have you heard of that, Jody? Isn't that awesome?
Oh my god!
It's like an all girls like hair dressing place.
Oh,
tell me about Chaos. You're godding this.
Ryan, tell me about your sexual orientation.
I'm asexual. Now I am.
Now, so you're not attracted to either sex?
Not. I mean, like I watch porn and stuff, and if I won't. I'm not gonna have sex with you, Jody. But I mean, like if someone came up to me, like I don't know, I'm kind of preoccupied with like working, so I'm kind of work sexual.
He's hard right now.
Like,
go ahead.
What?
No, you go ahead, Jody.
I accept Ryan for who he is.
Good.
Well, I don't believe that at all because you were just asking. You were like, but what about this? Tell me Tell me how you really feel, Jody.
I feel that since now that we're all out of high school, we can all respect each other a little bit more because now we're actually dealing with the real shit in life.
Why couldn't we respect each other in high school?
I was just going to interject real quick.
Because
Jody was an asshole.
Because we were all worried about our statuses. We were all worried about how we were viewed by each other. People think maybe saw me as a druggie or they did a lot. Whatever.
Some of us more than others, apparently.
I don't think that I don't know. We'll have to have you on the show. We'll to actually talk about this more. But
yep, okay.
What's happening?
Sorry, I'm at work.
Okay, you told us this 4 times, Jody. It's not all about you. But Joe, it's great you sound the same. You sound that's one of the things I always loved about Jody is the way she's very she's funny.
Who's funny?
You are, Jody. You're a good person.
Relatively clever.
I try to be. It's a very dry humor.
Yeah.
I do like that.
It's good. It's non-traditional. It's nice.
Speaking of what? Okay.
But thank you. I gotta say thank you for having me, but I have to close the store because I'm at work.
Oh, are you at work?
All right, Jody. Thanks for coming on. You're the best, Jody. We'll talk to you later. All right. That's good. Okay, so we were talking about when I first messaged you, Steven.
When you first messaged me,
you said this kind of caught me on a good guard. Where you said oh, I was just talking about you.
Yeah, I don't even remember. I was just like talking about like graphics class crap. I was actually
hang up, Jody. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I was just reminiscing about you to some friends of mine.
Who are you? You talking to someone? Who are these friends?
I doubt you know. They went to Dakota. John Markovic and Adam Bezier.
What was the conversation?
A bunch of losers.
I want to know all about it.
I was just reminiscing about high school and the few redeemable things
that we could have in our life.
Yeah, talking a lot about graphics class and me cutting and my senior year.
What did you cut? Oh, cutting.
Yeah, skipping class. So my senior year, you would still do work for the school, and you would come in for like do the sound stuff for like plays or whatever.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly. I remember that I used to skip class and come up there with you.
Did you?
Allegedly. And get up to some rambunctious stuff.
No, allegedly the fact that I worked for that school. This definitely happened. Did we? I mean, I let a lot of people do that. I definitely would go there and I would text people. I'm like, hey, I'm sitting here for 8 hours. I won't care if you skip class. I'll definitely let you have some of these hall passes that I have on my desk.
Oh, yeah, you did. I forgot about that.
Yeah, like, hey, you want these things? We're not using them for anything.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you lured DJ up there. DJ Dab.
I don't think I ever actually got him up there.
You did. It was me, DJ, and you. And you made him never come up again.
Oh, yeah, I probably took a full advantage of that.
Yeah, you did.
I was pretty handsy. We were talking about this with Nora. I guess I was pretty handsy when I was in high school. Not too handsy, allegedly.
Pretty handsy. I thought it was hilarious. So many people were so like...
I don't think it was that bad, though.
It's kind of bad. I wouldn't say bad.
Okay, so I don't remember any of this. So you have to remind me if I did anything. I'll cop to it.
One of the best was when we were in graphics class and DJ was being particularly homophobic that day. And this is unscripted. I had no idea.
Is this the one I remember? Keep going.
I think it was the funniest thing to happen to me. Because you just like grabbed the back of my head and like pulled me to your face.
Yeah.
And you just like real quick like put your hand over your mouth.
Oh yeah.
And like you pulled me in, and I was like, "Fuck it!" I just went for it. I just like made out with the top of your hand. But then we turned around, and DJ just has the most horrified look on his face, like we just killed a baby.
So what were we doing for the new one that doesn't understand what a fucking weirdo I am? I did the stage hand move or the stage trick where you go in to pretend like you're passionately kissing someone, but you block you do the mouth condom. You just make out with your, which is believe it or not, it's more weird to make out with the back of your own hand than it is probably for you to have made out with mine. So don't feel that bad, but. And then I think we just I think we definitely did it a few times after.
Yeah, but DJ was horrified, and he just goes, "What the fuck?" And Miss Kelly was so like, I swear.
Yeah, because I think someone he would like was like, but of course he probably said it like you're freaking out, like this just happened. This just happened. Poor Miss Kelly.
Oh, we put her through quite a bit.
I always see her allegedly at work nowadays, and I'm just like, oh hey, how you doing? Her and the assistant principal, who had a nice little talking with me.
The assistant principal.
What was one of the other things? Oh, because when I remember in graphics class, I would always have my Tumblr open, and
yes.
There was a homophobic black kid behind me, this, yeah. And whenever porn would come on my screen, because it's not like I had a separate Tumblr for porn, but sometimes you just want the artistic porn.
Yeah.
And some of it wasn't that artistic, and it was just straight up filth. Yeah. And I was like, hey, look at this homophobe behind me, and he got really hot and bothered, and
yeah, he's scared about the feelings he was having, so he had to,
he was excited.
Yeah.
He saw his dad or something, and he just wasn't excited. So I don't know if he's told something, or maybe it just got mentioned.
I'm pretty sure it was him. He went.
I don't think it'd be the kind to tattle, but he probably would just yell it in public.
I think Miss Kelly threw you under the bus for that one.
Yeah, because she probably was yelling it in public. And,
yeah.
Because it was fun.
You were looking at porn on your computer.
And it was the funniest thing too, because when I got called down to like, how did this even happen? I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely the reason Tumblr is still blocked at that school.
It's proxies. Doesn't matter.
Hey. It is true. It is true. I was just in a new Uber the other day, and speaking of reminiscing, the guy looked like he had cancer. It was he looked like sunken in face, like it just looks like an old beat up rag. And I realized it was one of my old middle school teachers. So it was really weird. It was really weird. There's a cat in here. We have cat interns.
Cat interns.
Yeah, you like them?
This really is the internet.
But it was just weird because just like he was like, because we didn't even know each other at this point. But I walked in the car and I'm like, oh, how you doing? Cause I said, hi Jim, hi, and he's, oh, hi Ryan, because we know it says on the app what the names are, and he goes, oh, did you go to school around here? So I'm just like, okay, I'm being picked up by some old guy, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I went to this school, and he's like, and I'm like, and it's kind of like clicked, and I'm like, he said he was a teacher, and I'm like, oh yeah, you definitely were one of my teachers. This is really weird, and it was just really awkward. We had a good talk though. It was like a crazy, awkward, weird, awesome time.
It's like a very weird catching up.
And he was dropping me off at my one job, which is the high school.
Yeah.
So it was just like really awkward. Just pretty. It's pretty weird.
It's a weird how the dynamic
he's got a lot
changed.
of cancer in his head.
Oh, yeah.
Mouth. Maybe not anymore, but yeah, it's this week, and it's like you just got paid $4 to take me to work.
Yeah.
But I guess he might have felt bad, but I literally didn't care because I always say whenever people talk about being Uber drivers, I'm like literally so grateful that you're taking my drunk ass home, or like I don't want to drive ass home, like. So I'm always like, I never like, Uber drivers are literally the coolest people to me. Like that and garbage men, like they were taking my shit away. Like, except the one garbage man that asked me for a cigarette randomly, and now I'm terrified of him.
Why does that scare you?
But anyways, I'm just like, oh yeah, it's awesome. He's like, oh, I'm doing this while my wife's at work, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Like that's a great idea. Like, the dynamic was kind of weird. Like, I did say I'm like, because he was one of the teachers I had that I got caught cheating with. That happened a lot at all. It was a big thing that happened, but he caught me cheating, and he doesn't really remember it now, but could of course was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, you definitely taught me a life lesson. I'm so glad. And I was like, I was genuine, but it was weird.
Yeah.
Enough of that. Enough of that conversation. I'm mad about stuff.
I'm usually mad about stuff. What stuff are you mad about at this juncture?
Everything. I gotta close that window. It's really cold. Tell me about you. I would usually start a conversation that could be led with like 30 seconds of me being able to close a window. But
about me.
That's not what I call planning.
This is boring. This is podcast.
Tell me about we haven't done this in a while.
I'll tell my throw up story.
I'm drinking Bud Light. You never did your throw up story.
I didn't tell my throw up story. I'll do that while you close the window. Yeah, it's perfect. Oh, he grabs a paper towel. Oh, for anyone not seeing this, my beer just blew up, and Ryan is assisting me with that.
We won't end the show. So I'm drinking. Well, we were gonna say beers that we were drinking. What is wrong with you? That you don't know how to handle beers?
I don't know what's up with this brand or this specific kind.
You're drinking. That's the same beer you're drinking. It's a Woodman beer.
Carhartt Woodsman. It's a New Holland.
It's a pale ale. What kind of pale ale is it?
Yeah, it's a barrel aged pale ale. It's pretty good. It's New Holland, so it's like a Michigan brewed beer, which is awesome. It's one of the good things about living in Michigan. We have a lot of local breweries.
We really do. Do you ever go to
really do.
Bagger Dave's?
No.
It's a nice store.
Is it?
Throw that in your. I don't want beer hands in the garbage can behind you. I mean, or under you.
Do what in the garbage can?
Well, I'm gonna take it out eventually, but.
Oh, this towel.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, make sure it's all handled before I do that.
I don't like. We did an episode. God, how many episodes was this ago now? 24 episodes ago. 24 weeks ago, we had a draft keg in here. They were sponsoring, and it's like you pour your own thing. What are you looking for?
So there's something for me to throw this in.
Oh, under you. Look under you.
Oh, tricky.
You can move that out of your way if it's in your way. But I'm just so glad. No, it's so cold. I like to have it really cold. Just inside, it's like fucking 0 degrees here in Michigan, and I like to open up the windows still at night, and I just like to make it really nice and cold.
Yeah,
airing out the studio, because why not? I am. Okay, tell me a puking story before I move on.
Yeah. I only really have one good one. I was at a friend's party. My girlfriend drove me there. So I'm going to preface this because I did not drive home under these circumstances. I was already pretty damn intoxicated on vodka, I believe.
Don't play with that.
Sorry, Ryan.
It goes to the mic.
All right. And then the host of the party comes out and he has absinthe.
Which is vodka, right?
Absinthe?
What is
absinthe? I don't know what it is. Wow, does it fuck you up? It yeah. It's like wormwood and THC in it. Yeah, how do you not know what absinthe is? Absinthe is like famous. It's like a mythical
THC in it.
Yeah, I can't believe you don't know what absinthe is.
No, I don't know what this is.
No, I don't know what kind of like liquor base it is, but it is a very high proof amongst some other things in it that like really fuck you up.
I believe you.
And so I was already really drunk, and he like sets out a shot, pours it, and he's just like, "Listen, I'm not just being stingy here. Only have one shot. And if you want one more, in a little bit, we can have another one. But just have one right now." I'm like, all right. So have that with him. Cool. He is dumb in that he trusts me enough not to have more, and he wanders off. So I was like, oh, fuck
like
this.
a responsible adult.
Yeah, like a responsible adult. Like, what are you, a fool? No. So I pour like 3 to 4 more shots immediately after that.
I'm going to want all of these immediately.
And then I just smash it. So it was a disaster very quickly. And then I have to drive home. Well, I'm not driving, but I'm being driven home. And it's one of those things where it's just like, as soon as the car starts driving, I'm like, wow, this is going to be really bad. Because, you know, like I'm already motion sick.
Do you get motion sick?
Yeah. Well, if I'm drunk enough, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm definitely going to throw up.
Motion sick bell. We hit the... Oh, there's a bell. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, we had to drive, though, a really long way. Like a half hour, 45 minutes.
That's the worst.
Yeah, so the entire time, I like filled up whatever I had with me in the car. So like the entire drive, my head's out the window, and I'm just going at it the entire drive home, and
puking.
On my girlfriend's car. Yeah, and then the next morning I woke up and I had to go clean her car because it's really bad. For the first few bits, none of us knew the back window was down. So that gives you an indication of what happened. This is bad. It's really bad. That's really one of the very few
good puking stories.
Yeah.
Are you still dating the same girl you were in high school?
We dated. Well, which girl in high school?
Megan?
Megan. Oh, you remember. That's funny.
Yeah.
No, we dated for like...
We talked about you a few episodes ago. I was waiting for you to listen to watch them. You were doing homework of watching all episodes. I'm like, oh, we talked about him. Fuck Me Randy was the episode.
Oh, I'll have to check that out when I get home. But
because as we mentioned in the podcast before, you were the guy adjacent to my lunch table who was being just totally beaten down by a girl who was crying sitting at our table. You had long hair at the time.
Oh,
we didn't know each other.
No way.
And,
what year was this?
This must have been sophomore year. And,
so my freshman year.
Everyone's looking out for you. We talked about you before.
Wow, I didn't even know that you got. No.
Yeah, I was at that table. We weren't friends at the time, but
so Ashley was crying at your table.
It must have been her. I don't know who the person was. Because we were at first we thought, I'm like, oh god, this guy must be a total dick. He must be like beating the shit out of this girl. She's just like crying. I'm like, because we never saw this girl before. She came. We were seriously like a battered woman shelter, like at our table.
She wandered up.
She wandered up like a stray cat. She's crying. She must have been friends with some of the thing. And you're sitting at the adjacent table because there's no room at our table. And I'm like, oh, this guy must be a total dick. Let's just like not look at him in the eye. And then a few years later, we're just like, oh wait, no, this isn't. I'm like, oh no, this is the nicest guy in the world. Like this girl is literally just crazy
as fuck.
It was literally either or.
That was an interesting period in my life. Holy shit! Like wow. That's so funny. I never do that.
I was at the other. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. No, it is weird.
Yeah, you had I don't think we knew you knew me. I didn't think we knew each other with you with long hair.
No, I dated some crazy chicks in retrospect.
Did you?
Though. Yeah, dude.
What's some of the craziest?
Her and I dated this other girl, and my first job was at McDonald's, and I was working there, and there's one like really cool girl who like always seemed like really. Just very standoffish with me.
Is that your type?
Untrusting? No. This is unrelated. I was
going to ask what your type was before this. I'm just trying to understand.
I don't really have a type, but no. So she seemed like a victim for me. No,
not.
And I was always like,
that.
what the hell? Why is she so like? I didn't do anything to her. She just seems very weird with me. And over the next few months, we'd like go to parties together and stuff. And then like I finally became friends with her, and I like one day asked her about it, and she's like, oh, well, your ex-girlfriend said that it was more. I'm summarizing in here, but she was told by an ex-girlfriend of mine that I beat the shit out of women, that I raped her, and that I was addicted to hard drugs.
See, because you look like the path that could go either way, like straight-laced, like could be like a priest, or it could be like a total like criminal.
Yeah, when I first came out of my shell in high school about not being so straight-laced, people were surprised. I remember that.
About give me the example.
It's mainly when people found out, I guess, that I partook in Mary Jane.
The Mary Jane.
Mary Jane. Yeah, people were like, what?
That's so.
So don't judge a book by its cover.
No,
man.
marijuana nowadays is just like it's alcohol. At least in this, the only people that watch the show are people that are smoking weed right now on their couch. Like they're hanging out.
That being said, about alcohol, obviously I'm an advocate, but it is so much worse than marijuana for marijuana
alcohol?
To be illegal. Yeah,
it's
fucking ridiculous.
Wait, repeat what you just said.
Alcohol is so much worse than marijuana in terms of like detrimental effects or like behavioral changes. Like,
no, it's proven. We don't need to tell anyone.
Yeah, it just amazes me that like one of the drugs with the biggest chance for abuse and negative outcomes is like totally acceptable.
It's legal.
And one of the like most harmless drugs you could do is like, oh, we're going to prison.
I don't have this on the list, but I just saw a tweet. I didn't vet it at all, but there's talks about a Michigan ballot for legalization of marijuana, and we discussed before the show that I don't think he doesn't either. This guy. So
we're at least a couple years away, but
it's gonna happen.
So it's just for Michigan though, for like recreational.
I didn't do any research. I just saw the keywords.
See, that's the thing though. Is
I'll see if I favorited the tweet.
You know, like Colorado has it.
Yep, it's perfectly legal.
Legalized recreationally. That being said, you can get fired from your job because it's still federally. No, if they decide to drug test you, they don't have to give you a job, but they can fire you because it's still federally illegal.
It depends on they want this. They're doing like they're doing like they're talking about doing like almost weedalizers for like to see if you're high or whatever for certain jobs.
I'm pretty sure
if you're a doctor, I want you to I wouldn't mind you not being high. Like
definitely.
You can smoke on your off days, but I don't want you to be high at work when you're trying to operate on my balls or something.
That's the difficult thing.
My balls are gonna need a lot of surgery. I don't know why, but
it's to pinpoint when someone did partake. It's not as easy as a breathalyzer. Because I'm pretty sure.
I think it's about the body weight and such.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors, but I'm pretty sure the most short term, which has to do with them testing your actual mouth, I'm pretty sure that's up to 24 hours. That, I smoked last night, and like that shouldn't affect today, but it would still show up today. So
yeah,
it's
a tough life.
Tough life to live your life without harming other people and not be punished for that. It's very difficult to do.
Speaking of harming other people, I know. Okay, so I know this isn't really nothing bad has happened to these people, but when I see, we have a good friend that does the show. I won't name names. Who does shows here? She's isn't a regular host, but she's a regular, and I can't stand when I see girls posting like they're like any kind of like Chris Brown shit, like any kind of like women beating, like so the reason I'm bringing this up because I think I understand people sometimes, and it's like
Are you
like
sure about that?
I not anymore, but she's like they like post pictures of like this girl posted a picture. We'll call her we'll just call her R because that's the first letter of her name, and she'll know who she is. But she posted pictures at a Chris Brown concert, and it just sickens me that these these girls are literally getting wet over over some person who like beat someone bloody, like bit a girl's like finger almost off, like tried to push someone out of a moving car, like threw a chair out of a talk show window when she got questioned. Like,
I have really mixed feelings about that. Because
I'm trying to understand. I wanted to have on the show to understand. I don't understand it. Like, there's girls that let's keep going real quick. I'll let you finish.
One, I'm gonna go to Bo Burnham here. You know who Bo Burnham is? He's a comedian.
No, I don't.
You don't know? He's hilarious.
I know. I do know her. I do know.
A lot of comedians bring up a lot of valid social points. So, for the woman abuse thing, one thing, you should never hit a woman But to say there's never a reason, that's bullshit.
You know, I'm not.
There was some fucking give and take. And this
Is this what he said? Because
yeah, that's what he said. He's like, yeah, I know that there are these redneck pieces of shit who come home and they're just like, oh, the meatloaf's bad, pow, 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 pow. But like, the majority of the time, there's some fucking push being made. Not that that's a valid recourse, but it's not like it's out of the fucking blue, unjustifiable to any extent. I mean, it's not justifiable. It is way too overreaction to anything. But come on. Everyone's not just like, oh, I was being a nice lady and he just beat the fuck out of me. Like, it happens. It does happen. But a lot of times you're asking for an ass beating. So not justified, but... So
we can't take back time. No one should beat anyone. So everything's over.
No one should beat any... Period.
But... And it's fine. I have a podcast, for Christ's sake. You know, we should all have a platform. But the fact that that these concerts are being attended by seemingly normal people, they're just they're tweeting too. Chris Brown can beat me all he wants.
Whoa, really?
Yes, I didn't know that. This happened I'm stuck in 4 years ago.
Oh, all right.
4 years ago.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that. Because I was gonna say,
yeah, of course they did. There's fucking freaks out there.
Yeah, I mean, some people like to get beat, I guess. So there you go. But yeah, so that's kind of fucked up. But on the same note, I think to boycott an artist simply for their social behavior, I think that's kind of silly because like you could be a really good actor, a really good musician.
Social behavior meaning drinking alcohol.
No, I mean like all right,
maybe
separating you as an artist between you as a person.
Maybe a few DUIs, I'll give you that. But if you're beating the shit out of someone, I'm gonna not see. If anyone I listened to or supported in any kind by watching or listening to their media, and if I found out they're beating the shit out of someone, and I found out and they're being accused of stuff I don't know,
you're gonna at least taper
and
off.
Okay, I'm gonna
them?
preface what I'm saying because it's not the fact that he's convicted. He apologized or he did it. I don't know.
See,
you did this. Why is anyone Why is anyone behind you?
I do know what you're saying.
Besides your mother and your family, they can be. That's fine.
I separate the artist from the human being, and I try to look at it as two different things. For instance, I'm not a fan of his music.
If I beat the shit of someone I was in a relationship, would you come on my podcast or listen to my podcast? If you found out about it, I was convicted and I wasn't charged.
That's also a little different.
Well, then I went on a show and say, I'm sorry. Well, thank you.
I'd still listen. All right, if I was a rapper or something, would I make a song with Chris Brown? Fuck no. If I was already a listener of Chris Brown.
But if you're supporting me, you're listening to my ads.
Yeah, but it's different in terms of
you're paying $60 to see my concert. No, but, and those bitches. One of those bitches in the group bought a T-shirt.
That is correct.
They're supporting these people. I don't know.
Also,
go ahead. You can continue.
And you just cut me out. I don't even know what I was going to say to it. But yeah, I do know what you're saying. But it's different to. There's a difference between consumption and collaboration. You
don't want to, a lot of people, even with the Bill Cosby thing, they go to a show and say, innocent till proven guilty, and all I really hear in my mind is, I already bought this ticket, I can't get it refunded. But, it's fine if you believe that, if you really like someone. And I would have a hard time, if I, grew up with this person, I, always wanted to see them in a concert or something, and I finally got the chance to see it, and they, it just happened, I'm going to be... I don't know, though. I don't know. I guess I'm just a different person. I'm going to have a hard time getting up that day and, saying I am excited about going to this concert. I don't know. I'm a different person.
No, I know what you're saying. Again, though, I'm more about separating your work from you as a person.
What are the limits of things I could do to get you to stop listening to my podcast?
I don't know if there are. Yeah, I don't know.
It's just because it's me, though. It's fine, though.
No. I think it is. I was listening to Childish Gambino on the way up here.
What is that? Explain this.
He's a rapper.
The audience. I know. For the language. I know what it is. I know what it is. You can tell. Just tell the audience.
Donald Glover. He's a rapper, a comedian, actor.
Donald Glover is in his music. He was in the Saw movies, right?
What? No, he's not Community. It's a good ass show. You should check it out. But
I've heard good things about that.
It's funny.
Go on, though.
But I was listening to him on the way over here. I'm a fan of his music. If he did some horrific shit, I would still listen to his music.
If he pooped on someone in their mouth without them wanting it.
If he raped somebody and then killed them.
With a piece of poop.
I would still listen to his music. Because I'm listening to his music. I'm not supporting what he has done. And I know that it does support them, that I am giving money to them, but maybe I'm wrong, but I separate it more.
I don't have to...
Like what somebody does not lessen their art. Because I'm consuming art. First off, I'm being an asshole because I don't want to listen to Chris Brown. I'm not supporting them.
Chris Brown comes on my thing, and Chris Brown comes on my shuffle sometimes, and I skip the song.
He comes on your shuffle.
He does.
You have him on your shit.
Yes, because I used to DJ for 40-year-old people in the late 2000s. All right. And when he comes on, I'm mad. I paid, I think it was discounted 69 cents because it's ironic and fun. But I'm mad. I'm mad he got the 40 cents.
See, all right, that might be why we're different too. Is I don't.
I am not listening to his songs anymore. And he beat the. I'm like just thinking, oh, he wrote this. You know, a couple of years after he beat the shit out of someone.
Yeah.
And,
no, that could be another difference too. I haven't paid for any media in a long time. Games, music, movies.
It's bad.
It is bad.
You're a dirty person.
I'm a very dirty person. A filthy pirate. A rum drinking asshole.
Fun.
Yeah.
I like to drink too. Hey, it's not a bad thing.
It kind of is, but do what you want.
Is it? Do you ever have a problem with alcohol?
A problem, only to the point where I can go over my limit.
With the drinking.
Yeah, to the point where it affects you socially. You know, you act like an asshole. It's happened, or a fucking idiot. You know, I've been an idiot in front of people because.
What are some stupid things you've done? From drinking? Who knows?
Just in general, being a
who knows
dick or like over emotional.
It's getting crazy.
Like I've never really done anything like. One time we just beat the shit out of a homeless man. just being an asshole in general.
Do you find a lot of homeless people in your travels?
Then I beat the shit out. No. No, dude.
The only people that listen they play this at the homeless shelter. They have heaters on.
I don't even have any travels. I don't do anything. Oh, last time I traveled over a year ago, and I went to West Virginia. So no, I didn't.
What'd you do in West Virginia?
We went there to raft. Well, whitewater rafting.
Oh,
okay. A blast.
It sounds like a really exciting thing. I don't.
Yeah,
me and sporting events.
Yeah, but it's like oh wait,
I love how I consider that a sporting event. That's how out of shape I am.
It is very physical though. It does take a lot out of you, but everything else is kind of boring now after that. Like roller coasters don't hold up anymore because rafting is kind of like a roller coaster that you control.
It's dangerous.
It is, and in fact, someone died when we went on there.
Oh no!
Yeah, oh no! It's like a German kid, and him and his like group of Germans were
a group of Germans.
Yeah, they were there straight from Germany, and they were here to like, flock of Germans. And there's this one part that we were coming up on the rapids, and we had like a really cool, chill, kind of like hippie guide. And he was like, "Listen, guys, I'm not playing around on this. We're coming."
Dude. We're not gonna play around on the rapids. You know, everyone wants to have a good time. We're not gonna fool around on the rapids. Go on, you have to feed it. You have to play this character, so you have to feed more into it. Go on, continue your story.
At all.
Okay, I'm trying.
He's very mellow and laid back.
You do the character. Okay, play the.
All right, guys. We've been having a lot of fun up until this point. We've been doing what we want here, jumping in the river and that. But I'm gonna tell you right now.
Until this point, he says.
Up until this point, he does. He's like, "Boy, here, this next bend, I'm gonna get serious. This is called a meat grinder. And if we fall over on here, you have 10 seconds to get 30 feet to your left. That's it. It's the end of the game. It's not, we're going to call your parents. You're going to go to the hospital. It's done. Game over." We're like, oh, shit. This is some intense stuff. But up until that, it's been so casual. So we're just kind of like not. We're like, yeah, it's fucked up, whatever. So we go over it fine. We're like the leader in this convoy of kayaks. And we go over, we're fine. We're like, yeah. And the German boat flips. And we immediately just started laughing because we're assholes. We're not thinking
People
about
are
like
dying.
life and death. No, we're not thinking about that at all. We're just like, aha, dumbasses are wet, and then
Phones got fucked up.
yeah, that's it. We're not. And then our laid back hippie guy just goes, "Shut the fuck up. This is not funny. You paddle me to the shore now." And then it was like, we're in the middle of some intense ass movie here. We're like life or death trying to save these kids. And everybody's screaming at them, swim, swim, swim. And they're bobbing like a bunch of fucking German potatoes in the water. They're just like bobbing. It's like most of them get over and 3 of them go straight into the grinder. And 2 of them somehow came out. They were like kind of beat up, but they were okay. And one of them was
died.
Yeah, and one of them was in there for a long ass time. And we were like the rescue boat because we were in the front. Some macho ass instructor went out there to like save this kid, but no, he drowned.
He actually died.
He died.
No, I'm like he said he died, but he didn't actually. No, he
did.
Died.
He did. Yeah, it was the worst too because this really chill
death bell.
This really chill instructor guy. Like after that, we had to keep going.
Okay, guys, up until this point, we were having a lot of fun.
Yeah, we were. I mean, I still was having fun. So throw that out there. Oh, heartless bastard. But yeah, after that, our instructor guy was basically like, "All right, we can do 1 or 2 things. We can play it safe. We can just get home as fast as we can.
Or we can do this again.
Or we can celebrate that we're alive and do some crazy shit." I was like, let's do the latter. That sounds like a fun ass time. So then we did some crazy ass shit, and it actually started to thunderstorm, like extremely bad, like right after this kid died. Very cinematic. Put you in the mood.
Mood for what? Death?
For adventure.
The sound and essence of death.
Those rapids get crazy when it's thunderstorm.
I would never do something like that. I would never leave the house, but also I would never do something like that. That's horrifying.
So after this kid died, there's a part where the instructor's just like, "You guys want to do some crazy shit?"
No, I want to go home.
We're like, "Yeah," and he's just like, "All right, we're gonna go over this wave, and you're just gonna lean forward as hard as you can, and don't stop." I'm like, "All right." So we get over this huge wave. There's just a boulder right in front of us, and we just smash into it in our flotation device that we're on. I don't know why I can't remember what it's called right now. It's not a
raft.
A raft. That's the word.
Surprised I fucking remember something for once.
Escaped my vocabulary. The raft like bended up and then popped out of the water on top of the boulder, and we spun 360 like 5 times and just poof back, and it was crazy. Right after this kid died.
I'll just be fearful of us dying.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you're just like, we lived this long. We didn't die there.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Speaking of death, I don't want to.
It's getting heavy now.
It's getting heavy in here.
A few beers in, getting heavy.
Dude, there's a death you can be avoided. There's a death that could be avoided.
This kid's death?
No. This one's a wash. This kid's not going dead.
It could have been avoided if he wasn't a potato when he fell in the water.
Potato.
Sauerkraut? I don't know. What do you want?
What?
He's German. Do they eat potatoes?
When he dies, he just turns into sauerkraut.
Dude, we are assholes. That's like a coping mechanism I have. I just try
humor is the best coping mechanism.
Yeah. That being said, there were 2 people on the raft with us who we did not know, and I was saying horrific shit.
Were they Germans?
No, they're just regular people, but one of them was crying, and I was saying the most fucked up stuff, and they were giving me the
because the person died?
Yeah.
Were you by yourself?
No, it was me and like 3 of my friends,
okay.
And then there were 2 random people on the raft. But earlier on, there were like all these dragonflies landing on us, and the instructor was like, "Oh, that's a sign of luck," is when they land on you, or whatever. So then
someone just died.
Yeah, no, that was before. So then afterwards, this kid's crying, and I just say like, "Bet they didn't get any dragonflies on their raft."
They didn't.
They must not have, or it's a lie. One or the other. Something happened. I'm such an asshole. Oh, wish Kylie was here. To lighten the mood a little bit here.
Oh God. Well, it's not gonna be okay.
Nothing ever is.
Oh, so is that the? I'm turning into an old man. I really am. I was at the pet store the other day, And I'm non-conspicuous when I go into places. Because I used to have long hair. About a few weeks ago, I had long hair, and actually about a month ago, I had long hair.
It's like Jesus.
I did. I looked like Jesus. I had to cut my hair because every time my cleaning lady would come in, she would like, it wouldn't be immediately when she came in, but she would be at the,
Nora's grandma.
No. Her people do clean my basement though, but she would be at the top of the stairs, and she'd look down at me, and she'd go, "You look like Jesus. You look like Jesus." So she just laugh and say, "I look like Jesus." So the combination of the, like everyone says I look like Jesus, but the laughing and clapping and while
General Seal
while
attitude.
cleaning the shit out of my toilets was so much happiness.
It's too much for cleaning shit. Yeah.
So I had to cut it. Plus there was a long charity thing.
It's also a bitch to take care of long hair.
It is.
Props to the girls, man, because they almost all, have the long hair.
Why didn't I get props for having long hair? People just made fun of me and called me faggot.
We were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, you did have long hair. How long was your hair at the longest point?
A little over shoulder length, so it'd hit my shoulders and bend a little.
Okay, yeah, I beat you. I went down to the nips.
Yeah, you did.
Past the nips.
You did.
Down to here. God, seriously, so my nips are here. I'm just trying to imagine it on the camera. That's a lot. That's a lot of hair.
It was a lot of hair. It's beautiful. It's what made me fall for you.
But anyways, I was at the pet store, and I'm non-conspicuous because now I have short hair, so I can just put a hat on and just be non-conspicuous, get in, get out. But of course, these old people, they're like pointing and stuff. They're trying to find stuff, and they're buying. All I need is cat litter, so I go in and I'm like, "There's my cat litter. I'm gonna get it real quick." And they're like taking forever to like. They're coming towards me that they're going to be in front of the cat litter, so I have to like kind of slowly walk towards them. So I wait for them to pass, and then they just stop and like start pointing at the cat litters, and I'm just like, "Oh, I'm going to help the process." I'm going to be like, "Oh, can I get in there?" And then the old man like literally like lifts up the thing, and it's like sets it back down. Like literally all he did was he just wanted to give it the good like a good shake. Like just okay, I'm done with this. So I go like, and I didn't even mean for my voice to be like this, but I just go, "I get that one," and I just I grabbed that one. And I was like, but I get that one. I didn't. Yeah, that sounds like the guy from Box of Chocolates.
Forrest Gump.
Something like that.
I didn't think he was that bad.
Yeah, it was
fully
retarded. It was pretty close to that.
Oh, God. I used to, when I was a kid and I go to the grocery store with my mom, all the time I used to act like I was, like, severely retarded.
No, what'd you do? Tell me. You brought it up.
I know, but I just feel like, like, full-blown unbelievable.
I don't know. I've never done this. Unlike
Mom,
you.
can we get some ice cream now? And like,
no, because you actually also look like you could be retarded too. Oh my God!
Worst. It's like
you're a perfect character actor.
I know. I looked the part and everything. But yeah, I just go all out, and she'd get like...
Because so you're incredibly handsome, but you also could look like you could be severely disabled. Especially if you do that. Especially if you start doing that voice. I do too.
I can't even remember what I used to do, but she'd get so mad that she'd hit me.
No, like, but
then pedestrians were like...
so much worse.
Fuck, like she's just abusing this poor child. That's bad.
That was bad.
I've no concept for political correctness, like, whatsoever.
I don't either. Oh yeah, I this is an uncensored show, and I have to bleep myself every other episode because I say something offensive.
Yeah.
Speaking,
I think that's the problem with things being offensive is that people get offended by them. Yeah, and it's not the nature of what it is. It's calm down.
Calm down, man.
Chill out, bro.
Just jokes I'm making.
Yeah, just relax.
Just making some jokes. I want to tell you, Steven, about something I love. Do you believe that I could possibly ever want to tell you something about something I loved? This is a secret. This is a big secret.
All right.
So I like to drink. Do you know what I absolutely hate? I don't like, I want to go out. I want to get a few beers in me, but I don't want to drive. So do you know what I absolutely love? I love Uber. And do you know what I love about Uber is you can use promo code Uber BEERadio for $20 off your first ride. You get a cart, it's sent directly to you. You open up your iPhone app. You say, "Hey, give me a ride," and it comes right to you. You can see where it's coming. Oh my God, it's such a great app. Just try it out. Download the app on any Windows, iPhone, Android. Do it today. Uber BEERadio. Oh shit, folks. What a show this is. I'm actually kind of glad whatever his name is, he's dead.
Hans?
No, Kylie, he's dead.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, to me he is.
He died in the same way as
Yeah, he's
Hans.
dead. He died. What if he actually did?
It would be horrible. It'd be so funny though.
It would be funny.
It would only be funny
because it would be true. It would be true.
Yeah, that you just said that.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be funny.
Because it would be recorded evidence. I'm a complete.
Then go right after us, man.
And I'll release this. This will be released after he's dead, so it'll look even worse. This comes out next week. Funeral happened. Fuck that guy.
What an asshole. Oh, what? Dying's too important to come to the show?
Oh, look at me. I got hit by a car and I'm dead. Look at me.
Oh my god.
I was 5 minutes away from your house and I got T-boned. Look at me, I'm dead. The reason I'm literally saying it is because it happened to a friend of mine, Nick, and I was living pizza. He's dead now, but...
What did you just say? It happened to your friend on your neck?
Oh, God. Sadness. No, a friend of mine, that's how he died. He got T-boned.
The way you say that is so uncomfortable.
He got boned.
Who are we talking about?
He got boned. Hold on, I got this fucking computer. No, don't restart. This computer just starts like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna update right now." No, you're not.
Not right now.
No, you're not. Oh, I got desperate and I texted Jody. I'm like, hey, because I texted her. I'm like, because I didn't want her to think I was hating because she couldn't really hear because I was trying a new phone. Long story. Inside baseball.
Technical jargon.
Technical stuff. She couldn't really hear her too well. So I'm like, I didn't want her to feel hard feelings. Like, I love you. I said, I love you. And she goes, let me in. I'm like, you want to call back? And she goes, I'm at Denny's. The fuck? Why is she doing this to me? Poor thing. Oh, I'm going to ask what she's...
This is baloney. She could have been here for the second half of this segment.
You know what? She doesn't get to come on because that's not how it works.
No.
It's not how it works.
It's not.
You know what? Hey, Inside Baseball again. Could have her on a second part of the show, but hey, what if I don't want her in my house?
That's a good point. I wouldn't want her in my house.
I don't know what she's going to do.
No one does.
If you seem a little bit too eager to be on the show, it's just like, hey, what's the deal? Are you going to rob me? Like... the deal.
It's suspicious, actually, especially after all this time. It's kind of why I'm here, though. So that's pretty eager, also.
I know.
See where this goes once we're not being recorded.
It's always on, though. The TriCaster's always running, so you can't do anything bad.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
Plus, we got a drop cam in here, too, so...
Yeah, well, once we're out of the room, I will make my
There's cameras in every room. There's not, though. There's microphones in every room. There's a microphone in the toilet.
That's uncomfortable.
Only the toilet, though. It's oddly placed.
I usually sing opera when I use the bathroom.
In the bathroom?
So you might have that to put on your podcast.
I do. I do have that. Is
it good?
I haven't checked the levels yet, but it seems like it's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm an old man, so all I think about is death nowadays.
What?
Well, I don't know. I've just been thinking it'd be kind of cool, like...
To die?
Well, what if...
Kylie and Hans?
What? I wish I could die exactly like Kylie is right now. I just think it'd be kind of cool, like... Because once you get to be older, like... All you're excited about is, like, funerals. Like, because you really don't get to see your friends besides, you know, 'cause you're not really going out with your friends anymore. If you're, like, 80 or 90, like, what are you doing besides going to, like, funerals? Like, that's your big event. Like, that's your Christmas.
It is, yeah.
Is seeing, going to someone's funeral. Like,
yeah.
Like, when I'm old, I'm going to be like, I sure love Steven. He's dead now. Let's hang out and go to lunch after. We can reminisce about the old times. But, you know what I mean? Wouldn't it be great to be able to, like, go to your own funeral?
Your own funeral?
I mean, that's just what I want.
Stage it, you're alive with the casket.
No, I want to go to my own funeral, so I think it'd be awesome to be like, hey, let's party.
And no one shows up.
Awesome life. No, well, God, this got dark. I'm hoping people show up. Hoping some of the listeners show up.
I kind of don't give a shit what happens after I die. I don't care who shows up. You could feed my body to Wolverines.
That's what I really want. Because I don't want any waste. I just want to be thrown into the river.
Yeah, I'm an organ donor. So hopefully, whatever. Clearly not my liver.
I just love the Louis C.K. bit where he's just like, I'm gonna donate my body to like people who just want to do weird shit to me after I'm dead. Like, I just want people to skull fuck my eyes out. Like, don't do it to anyone weird. He says, but I don't know. I just think it'd be awesome. You can like have a party like you're celebrating your life. I don't know. I'm old.
I hope I never get old to the point where you like can't do anything.
I know that's my nightmare. Is just someone's gonna be shitting myself.
Yeah, my great grandparents. Well, my great grandpa just died a couple years ago. He was 99.
That's pretty old though.
99. Yeah, his wife though is still alive. My grandma, she's 96 now. Her life is shit. Like I don't want to be that old. I'm sorry, but it's horrible. You like wake up, get whatever sustenance you need to continue, and go back to bed. Like that's not life. Look, I always said if I was like terminal for sure, if someone was like, yo, you got like no time left, or if I was like old as shit, I just start doing like heroin and cocaine and just.
That's how I'm going. Yeah, if I'm like, I don't know, like when I was growing up, I've always been like, I was always suicidal. So I'm like, if I'm ever gonna end it, I'm gonna have a fun ass life, like.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start doing like
go at it, man.
I'm gonna start like robbing places.
Dude.
I'm gonna start like sneaking into places.
Because that's whole thing, like Groundhog Day. He has no consequences. He does whatever the fuck he wants.
Isn't that felonies?
Dude, if you're gonna die, that is your life. You have no consequences. You can just do whatever the hell you want. What is anybody gonna do to you? Kill me? I'm dead. I'm walking dead here.
Walking dead.
Rick Grimes.
We can't afford that trademark.
It's not a good show anyway.
Oh,
controversial.
Fired.
Yeah. Grab popcorn.
What? Oh, because it's a controversy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna watch the show.
So enough about attending my own funeral. Speaking of old person things, I was reviewing. Okay. So let's give you a little inside baseball. That's my new phrase.
What does that mean?
It means behind the scenes. Inside baseball is like the behind the scenes stuff. Like inside baseball is to say like, there's a lot of shit ton of stupid stuff that has to happen for this podcast to happen. Inside baseball is like, hey, I do technology stuff for a living, so I do reviews. But I was reviewing wallets, and I couldn't find a good. It's a weird thing for me. I was reviewing desk fans.
Roger Ebert over here.
No, I review like iPhones and like Android stuff and Windows phones. So I needed a good wallet, and my last wallet I had puked into from being driven home, having motion sickness, and puking into my wallet.
Yeah, it was a good idea to you. What could hold a large quantity?
No, I didn't mean to puke. It was in my pocket. I puked out the window. There's puke in my wallet.
Oh,
so I had to get a new wallet, and I was at the time.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so I was just using a little clip to hold my puked covered credit cards. They're not puked covered anymore, but I discovered I was gonna bring it in here, but coin purse, bro.
Yeah.
Coin purse.
Like one of those collapsible ones, or
no? It's just a
little purse thing.
It's a little pouch. It's about like this big. It's real small. It's maybe about the size of like a deck of cards, but it's like a little mesh bag, and I just put all my little coins in there. I don't have coins left.
See, there's something you can get that's pretty cool. That is like a collapsible thing. Like it's like some crazy cloth origami bullshit. But
that sounds crazy.
Yeah, it collapses something flat, but you can't have like a bunch of change in there. But you could have enough to break what for whatever you would
$1.
Yeah, $1 in coins like assorted, whatever you would.
I like that.
Yeah, and then it like flattens almost perfectly, and you just throw it in your pocket.
Because mine's like for like it's actually a little case for a little external battery, so it's perfect. I can put a little. I'm so weird. So I can put my credit cards.
Not even a coin purse.
No, it's not. I'm gonna actually buy a coin purse.
It is what you use it for.
I'm not actually gonna buy a coin purse. But I can put my little Carmex. So you gotta have my Carmex on me. I can put my headphones in there. It's awesome. But then struggling to like being I go to the same bar all the time. I go to do I say the name of my bar in here? I can say it because there's a couple.
You should say it. You should plug it.
It's Wise Guys. But so I always go there, and but trying to pay my bill, and it's like gotta open up my little coin bag, and it literally is like a coin bag. Like it's not even like a coin purse. It's a coin bag, and it's just awesome. And I just pull out my.
You pay your bartender in coins.
No, I have my credit card in there. But I have to open a coin purse.
Handfuls of quarters.
It's the same exact thing, but I'm doing it with literally credit cards. I'm pulling out one credit card at a time. Sarah, this is a nope. No.
When I worked
This is a dime nope.
When I worked at McDonald's, we had this one lady who'd come through pretty regularly, and she'd do the same thing. She had like a bag, like the size of like a grocery bag, full of credit cards. Just full of credit cards.
All stolen.
It would take like 70 until one of them would go through. And she'd just always be like, oh, you know how it is, credit cards for credit cards. I do not. All right, that's cool, man. You can't even buy your Big Mac.
She gave you 5 credit cards. Just take these. This is how I'm paying you.
But it would like decline, and I'd go to give it back. She'd be like, just throw it away.
Oh, did she really? That is hilarious. She's like, nope, that's a goner.
Oh, Jesus
Let's not even
Christ.
try that one.
Yeah, that's done. I know
It's gonna be
done.
me. Someone dies. Just take it.
The fact that there are systems in place that allow you to get to that point is in itself ridiculous.
The fact that even in McDonald's, I'm always wondering, like, you know, and I'm always worried, like, oh, is this, you know, sometimes I'll max out, I'll use cards, so like I'll spend a certain amount of money on it, and I'll pay them off. Somebody's like, oh, is this gonna get declined? That's like my nightmares, getting a card declined. But I'm like, why are these McDonald's even carry? Like, they should just like
Don't.
You should just be like, and you just get a burger. Like, that's a form of payment. Like, money shouldn't even be a thing to them anymore. You'll get it somehow. Somehow you'll get repaid. Speaking of gross stuff, do you like my segues?
Yeah, that's not out of nowhere at all. I guess unless McDonald's was the gross stuff, in which case, shots fired.
Okay, so Kanye or nay?
Nay.
Okay, that's
They're the worst.
enough of that.
That is enough of that.
Okay, so I don't even know what it was, but I haven't been again. We haven't been on air in a few weeks, so the Grammys was the thing that happened, and
he like did the same.
He did this stupid thing where he's just like, "Oh, look at me, what I did." I don't think it's fun. I don't think it's a joke. I think he just like.
I don't either.
I think it hit him. I think it hit him that it's like, "Oh, I can't do. I did this already. I did this already." Shit.
Couldn't it?
Because it would have actually been funny if he actually did it again. And like, I mean, if anything,
it's not funny at all.
I don't. Okay, but I don't think it's funny that you pretended to go walk up the stairs. I think I didn't watch the video, but I think he walked like halfway up the stairs or whatever. I think it would have been funny if
he said something. I mean, I didn't see it either, but he said something to Beck. He was like, Beyonce should get this reward, and he said something about. This is all from things I've heard. I don't know. I could be lying.
So I gotta start watching these things.
Yes, I could be lying to everybody right now. I don't know, but from what my understanding of it was, he said something to the guy again because it was Beck who he interrupted.
Yeah,
and he said something about how like if he had any respect for musicians, he would like give his reward to Beyonce. Which one?
Every year.
Yeah, doesn't Kim have to be like, what the fuck is up with you and Beyonce?
Beyonce, I'm just like, oh, stop supporting me.
Dude, that has been all over the internet too. All like jokes about like.
I don't pay attention to the internet.
Oh yeah, you're not on it right now. Anyway,
I'm not. I'm really not. I promise.
Beck, I'm not a huge fan of Beck, but he's legit.
I like
Beck. He's fine. I don't hate him. I don't love him, but yeah, I like some of his songs. But he does everything on his own. He writes his own music. He plays multiple instruments. Yeah, he plays a lot. All the single ladies had like 8 writers.
Yes, I heard that too, yeah.
You know, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? A real artist? No, bullshit.
That's funny.
That being said, this could so be marketing, because as they say, any publicity any publicity is good publicity. So, like, we're talking about it right now. You know, that's promotion for Kanye in some way, you know?
I just, because, like, two separate things I totally support, like, transgendered and transgendered, you know, everything, stuff, and also like crazy hacking things. But the
crazy what?
Just anything being hacked, any kind of hacky stuff. I'm kind of into it, and I, sometimes I support it. But you know the Bruce. Okay, so I'm getting somewhere.
Okay.
The Bruce Jenner thing, where he's I'm a woman now. In real life, I totally support.
Who's Bruce Jenner?
It's Kardashian things.
Okay.
And then the Sony picture hacks. I think both of those things. I think it's all fake. Like. And for normal things, I think, okay, a hacking thing is really serious and should be taken seriously. In real life, I have friends that are transgendered. One of my friends, even I work with, is a transgendered male. And so I take all that stuff seriously, but then when it's like in a celebrity field, I'm like, okay, no matter what it is and how genuine it is and how actually this actually might be a great thing for like the LGBT community, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit asshole.
Yeah, everyone in the limelight really is. When they embrace it, I think there's a lot of people who are in it and they just kind of, they don't bitch that they're in it, but they're just kind of like, whatever. You know, I think a good example of that is Keanu Reeves, which I don't know if you know anything about him. He's actually a pretty awesome guy, but he's... he's...
I'm trying to think of some memes I know with Kanye, where I thought Keanu Reeves...
Yeah, there's the sad Keanu is a big one where he's like at the bench, like all sad.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
He's actually kind of had a fucked up life, but he donates a lot of shit. Not the point. The point is he's constantly hounded by celebrities, paparazzi, but you never hear him bitch about it. And anything you see that they get of him is he's just a normal guy. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. So those people I completely respect, but people who buy into it in any way, whether they completely bitch about it or completely embrace it, I'm like, what an asshole. Like, who are you to complain? First of all, you know what you were signing up for. And it's just ridiculous to me. And it's always all a publicity, just BS. Just like, I don't have enough attention.
Even for me, like at this level, like I am like a Z celebrity on the internet scale. Like not even in real life. Like on the internet, I'm a Z celebrity. But like I know that people are gonna like threaten to kill me. Like people are gonna call me faggots. They're gonna threaten to kill me. Like they're gonna like try to hack my nudes because everyone wants my nudes. But like, so I understand it. Like I'm putting myself out there. Like if they hack your phone for all your nudes, like I hate to say it, but
you put it on there and you asked for it. You did. Should they have done that? No.
That's why I shouldn't blame the victim.
No, to a point though.
Victim meaning that you're on my show.
I don't want to say it's rare, but it is common that victim blaming is fucked up, but the victim did something stupid.
Yeah.
Like 80% of the time, he did some stupid ass shit.
I'm not a victim blamer. I am a why aren't you not surprised blamer. Like,
yeah, I'm not saying like we should focus on your mistake. Like clearly the bigger, all right, someone gets raped because they wandered down some dark alley. Why the fuck were you wandering down some dark alley? That being said,
I had
you
to get
shouldn't
home.
be raped.
I had to get home.
You shouldn't be raped. That's the bigger issue. We should not be focusing on her walking down a dark alley. But you do something, and there's consequences for it.
I think it all depends too. Like, because I don't know. I'm always comfortable with saying like a blanket statement, but then I can never like apply it to anything. Cause I can never be like, okay, it's her fault, or it's not her fault, or it's not his fault.
And that's my point too. It's
because I'm not that person. I'm not a judgy person like that. But I don't know. I'm so easy to.
I want to clarify. It's never the.
I'm so easy to be like,
raped.
Oh,
fault.
do you know what? It's
not your fault.
if you're not early, it's your fault. But no, you know it was no one should have. I don't know. I'm even going with this.
I don't know either.
Fuck. I do know when I'm going with this next one. There's I think it's a Taiwanese, like new. I don't know what I think it would be considered almost kind of like a support service kind of thing, where people like to volunteer for stuff, and this thing's called Hand Angels, and I believe it's in Taiwan, where they go to anyone that's physically or mentally disabled. I think and you can't really can't do stuff for yourself, and what they do is they give they're hand angels. They give hand jobs to the.
I thought that's where this was going.
Disabled.
I just saw something about this, but it was on Vice Japan.
Okay.
I know
Vice
exactly
Japan is nowhere. Okay, I guess I'm behind.
Well, you know what Vice is, right?
This is okay. So this has been in my notes for like 2 weeks. So the things that are still in my notes should be totally vetted and good, but they're not. But anyways, I'm ahead of Vice in retrospect.
Yeah. Well, actually, this was a while ago, so you're not. Asshole. But first of all, anyone who doesn't watch Vice Japan, watch it because it's fucking crazy. But I saw.
Is it a TV channel like a YouTube thing?
They do have something with HBO right now, but it's mainly a YouTube channel, Vice News. Some interesting stuff. They cover a lot of like shit the media doesn't typically cover in America. Like interesting things that are happening.
I don't
in the
understand
world,
things.
But they have an entire segment that's their Japanese branch, and it's all crazy. It's all crazy. But yeah, they did that.
The Orientals are crazy.
Weird. Yeah, she went to some guy. I don't know what he had, but he was like totally like crippled. Like he could not like sit up even. And yeah, she like laid him down, like, lubed up, and took care of him. And I was like, wow, this is fucking crazy.
I feel like I'm gonna get shit for saying Orientalist, so I have to follow up by saying the Orientalist.
Yeah, you should. That's a good ad.
No, I'm good.
That's a good ad.
I'm covered.
Yeah, it's so weird.
But anyways, hand angels. So they're going to people that are physically disabled. I think it's awesome. Would you be a hand angel? Would you be a finger angel? Would you finger a girl that's mentally disabled?
See,
would you put yourself out there and help the disabled?
Here's something too. Is I was watching this.
She could be a veteran.
She could be. It's a whole nother bag of potatoes.
Fingers for America.
Fingers for America. But this is something I brought up with my friend. Why aren't they using toys?
Well, they might be
for these jobs. I haven't heard of it. It's always
it's
manual labor.
Manual labor is a lot cheaper than buying a lot of fleshlights.
But for instance, you could have a package for somebody. For instance, Ryan Jones, you're a new client. Would you like to throw up an extra $60 up front, and we will always use this fleshlight on you?
Instead of a rented fleshlight, why wouldn't I?
No, it's yours.
Why wouldn't I just buy the fleshlight?
It can even say your house, but because
I like a good fleshlight. It's been known on the show that I like a good fleshlight.
We procure it for you, and we use it when warm it up. And we use it when we take care of you. Why wouldn't you rather have that than a hand job? If you're in that position where you can't have any sexual satisfaction. Yeah.
I don't know, because the thing about the fleshlight, at least for me, okay, so if I wasn't able to do it, yes, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. No, they're not able to do it.
For a service on me, though, let's add the hands and the legs back into the scenario. I almost want, if someone's using their hands, I want their hands on my penis. And if I want the fleshlight, I'm just going to either fuck the fleshlight by myself, or I'm going to fuck the person.
Yeah, but you can't.
Or I'm gonna let that person.
These options are not.
Okay, so no. I'm off the beaten path. If
You're just talking about if you hired.
If I hired a prostitute, and they were gonna do this to me.
This is a completely different territory now.
It was fantasizing, but no, I agree though. I agree. No,
I didn't understand.
But at that point, again, if I had these options and I couldn't have the real thing, I guess so. Yeah, of course I would. But again, I'm not looking to I'm not going to look the horse in the mouth or the whore in the hand hole that I'm getting jerked off. I'm going to say, hey, thanks for jerking me off.
Yeah,
Taiwanese lady.
I think it's cool. I don't think it should be.
It's cool. I mean, it's cool.
No, it is cool because it's a need. It's a need that people.
It is.
Most people.
It's sad. Well, no, I'm even asexual. I have to. I almost, not that I enforce myself, because I still get sexual. I still watch porn. I still love porn, but just the need for me to have a relationship is not there.
No.
So hey, not right now. But so I still want the need to. I still want to jerk off. I still want to watch porn. I still want to jerk off. It's, I don't know. I mean, I do know.
It's a physiological.
It's a need, even if you don't, even if you're not into the vagina or the male butthole or the male mouth, which not be sexist towards the mouth. All right, so we're done with hand angels. So would I be a hand angel? In all honesty, I don't think I could be one. I don't think I could do it. I honestly don't think I could do it. Do you in all honestly think you could do it? Because I'm not that kind of person. Like, I can't. We have a mentally disabled family member that I get. When I was younger and even now, I get offered like, hey, you want to take care of this? People always come up to me like, hey, you don't seem to have a real job. Why don't you do this? So they'll always offer me weird stuff. But and I'm just like, but anyways, I just like, I can't take care of someone like this. I can't clean up shit. Like, I can't do this. Like,
I could be.
Could you be a hand angel?
So,
hand angel.
It would have to be aligned with my sexual preferences. So
of course. So you would be doing like a finger angel.
Yeah, but that being said, I don't know. Again, this is very dependent on the toys thing I brought up. I don't think I could.
Would you only do it with a toy?
Yeah, and then I'm pretty sure I could do it and it would be fine. But like, if I had to actually like do it myself, I don't know.
You could use a glove.
I know, but it's still like too.
You're feeling
use a condom too. I still fuck somebody. You know what I mean?
Too doctory.
It's still too close.
See, now we're just being hypothetical because they don't have the finger ranges. I don't think. I think you're just hand angel.
Yeah, I think you're
just jerking you off,
which is also kind of fucked up.
But for the sake of argument, we have to switch around because not everyone wants to be jerking people off. Hey, I want to support the troops. I'm not going to jerk them off. I mean, yes. Hey, some of them I might, but anyways, I don't know. I can't do it.
I could with a toy.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's still too close. Too much.
We need someone in the chat. Make a graphic that says debate closed. Solved one topic.
We're tackling the real issues here at BEERadio.
We really are. So let's go on to the next topic. What is the germiest? What's the germiest place you've ever been? Is it the McDonald's bathroom you worked at?
That could be up there sometimes.
What are some sites you've seen? The most germiest place?
I've seen shit smeared on the McDonald's bathroom.
Ooh, no.
In a manner that must mean someone shit in the toilet, picked up their shit, and smeared it on the mirror and the walls.
No. Oh, no.
That's probably the worst.
I'm devastated.
What assholes? That's horrible.
Someone did that in middle school, too. Someone did they took poop. And we do that basically because I didn't switch friends. That was for... Never mind, go ahead. Someone... And you know it, too, because it was hand marks, they said.
Oh, Jesus.
And you know they didn't have gloves. Do you know they didn't have gloves?
Yeah, you know they didn't.
They picked up the poop. And they smeared it on the walls.
And, like, it doesn't make it better that it's your poop. What the fuck are you doing?
It doesn't make it better.
It doesn't at all.
I mean, it does.
It does to the point where someone's like, all right, you're picking up shit. Are you picking up your shit or are you picking up my shit? Like, all right.
Other people's shit is incomprehensible to me because I'll get in there in like some random bathroom afterwards and it's just like, looks like someone puked poop into the bathroom. Like, it's all like watered down. It's like, this looks crazy. Like, I think this must be just a guy thing because guys have like literal like they all look like hungover drunk shits. Like, they all look horrifying. And it's just like, how are you not dead? How are you walking around like, how are you not tired by like noon at the end of the day? Like, your body must be so fucked up.
That's what I was like. I feel bad for chicks because like,
I don't understand how they do it.
If we're on a road trip, I can take a piss and I don't have to like go into physical contact with anything. But,
I mean, if I was a chick, which I basically kind of half am, I would put so much shit down in the thing.
I know. I would. Or you know those like toilet cover paper things.
Or what I would do is be a squatter like me. Hey, I'm a squatter. What's the deal? I've never mentioned it on the show before, but it's literally the only thing I'm not embarrassed about. When I was younger, that was like my nightmare. Like, what if I have to poop in public? They're gonna know I'm a squatter. I don't give a shit anymore.
Oh, Jesus, right.
So I could levitate above the shitting air.
Shit dome.
But I can't do it.
The Thunderdome, as they call it.
The germiest place to me, I think, would probably be, like, I think we were talking about roller coasters. I think it would be a roller coaster. I don't know. Whenever I'm on a roller coaster, which seems like a weird thing to do, but here in the East Coast, I work for a place that does roller coaster things.
The big one around here?
It's a big one. And so on my days or mornings off, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna ride a few coasters. And it's just I feel like complete horror afterward. I feel like a prostitute. I feel dirty. I feel like
I have a bad one on a roller coaster.
You what?
I have a bad germ experience in a roller coaster.
What did you do on a roller coaster?
I didn't do anything. I was on one though in.
What did you do on a roller coaster?
A roller coaster.
Sorry, that was the name of an episode you watched.
Yeah, it was. I
Go on.
I screaming and whatever as you do, and something flew into my mouth.
No.
It was someone else's gum.
No, did you chew it?
I almost threw up. I think it's horrible, especially because everybody in front of me was stereotypical Americans. And I don't want their gum in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, we exist on McDonald's in Republican news, and their gum just flew into my mouth. That's uncomfortable.
It's disgusting. I like washed my hands in like a sink once, and it like splashed back, and I was like really close. 'Cause I was like, I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I was like doing the face splash thing, and I got like the public sink like water splashed back literally up into my eye. And I'm like, I'm going blind. I'm going to die. 'Cause I'm like such a big germaphobe. Like,
Oh, really?
Like, and I can watch. I'm fine because I can wash. I'm much better than I used to be. I'm fine now because I know I can like wash my hands. But like, if something went literally into my eye, like I can't wash my eyeball out like that. Or like, if you're in okay, squat life. If you're a little bit too far from the toilet, if it gets a splashback. Water hitting my rectum is the worst thing I've ever experienced. I felt like I was raped. This is horrible. I've never been raped. I've never been sexually assaulted in my life. I felt like something horrible happened to me.
Yeah.
I've experimented with the backdoor stuff. I understand that stuff, but the weird water on the butthole, never. I can't.
Someone else's rectum bacteria forcing itself onto you.
It's even if it's my own. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's probably pretty resilient to that kind of stuff because it's taking it all the time. I have horrible shits, but I don't know. It's what a life. What a life I live.
Some interesting shit. Literally.
All right, what were we were talking about? Okay. I love how I had to check back on my notes. It's like, okay, wait, how did we get? And I'm like, okay. I'm fine with it. I'm always fine with where we came from. These Michigan winters.
Are we really talking about the weather right now?
Well,
that's pretty bad.
The only reason, okay, so I said that this list has been in place for 2 weeks, and this topic shouldn't be on.
It's not even that bad anymore. We're kind of past that right now.
It's like it's negative. It's actually
it's cold. It's not.
Someone told me the other day that we hit like a all-time low, which I didn't believe, but they said that we did. I didn't believe it
for the first time in like 30 years.
Which I don't believe because it was just cold like last year.
No, I actually had a job interview that day in Lansing. Yeah. And I had to
humble brag.
I didn't get it. It doesn't matter. It's a horrible interview, but yeah, I had to like reschedule it.
Well, okay. So what was bad about the interview? sorry. You said it was horrible.
Yeah, it was really bad. So I'm in IT, networking.
Are you good for you?
Yeah, but it hasn't helped. I've been looking for a job. It's not working. But
you can be an intern here if you want. We'll pay you an Uber rides and sadness.
Beer. Yeah, so I go all the way to Lansing for this job interview. And to my knowledge, it sounds like it's going to be like, like a typical HR thing. You know, like, blah, blah, blah. Nope. It was 3 IT guys, one of whom was the head of the IT department, none of which had any sort of human resources experience in any way, shape, or form. Just basically conducting a military tribunal. Just 3 of them and me, and just being like the most awkward... not prepared for these kind of questions. Horrible. It's horrible. Probably the worst.
Can you think of any of the questions? Because I'm trying to think of like a funny one. I can't think of anything.
It wasn't even like the type of the questions that were weird, but it was like a mishmash of like technical questions and like personal and background questions just thrown really the fuck nilly.
They were just trying to figure out stuff. Like we've had this problem for a week. Do you know what this is?
Yeah, and then it'll go from there to like a personal question, and like I just have to change gears constantly, but then they'll word it in a way where it's like I don't know what they're looking for right now. Like we were talking about my educational background and how much I've worked with routers, and the follow-up question to that was like, so what are your strengths? So I figure like, all right, well I'm like really good with specifically Cisco iOS and this, and they're like, no, as a person. That's how the entire interview went. Where the fuck are you going with any of this? Like, let's knock out personal, let's knock out background, let's knock out technical. Why are we weaving through this shit? Horrible.
I did some IT background stuff too, and just recently, like at a school, and different school, and
okay.
I know I had to mention it, but and this IT people are so fucking. They're exactly what you think.
Yeah, they are. They
so
really
fucked up. But worse, they're not funny. Like if you watch IT Crowd, they're not funny. They're like...
They're not germane, no.
I mean, they're kind of funny, but you have to be like exactly... Like, you have to feel like really bad for them. Like, I don't know, like... I feel bad saying this because I'm like so into trying with it, but they're such big nerds, and they're usually all big douchebags though too, so I don't feel too bad.
They're like elitist nerds.
Yeah, they're really big. They always are... They're always ready to be better than I don't know.
Yeah.
They're just funny and fucked up.
For stuff that's really, I mean, I am gonna get a job in it. I'm interested in it, but like, who cares?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I do to an extent, but like, calm down. It's other things, you know, just.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's
an interesting experience, to say the least.
I feel bad for the kid. Speaking of the thing I was about to talk about, I feel bad for the. So we were talking about the weather.
Yeah.
But I ordered pizza like a few days ago, and
ordered pizza.
Give me pizza. Pizza. I ordered pizza, and it was one of those days that it just snowed a bunch, and like overhang by my house. Must have been a foot of snow, and it was so cold out. And I'm like, I'm gonna give this guy a good tip. I'm gonna give him. I think I gave him like $5 or $6 or something. It wasn't that much. I'm actually pretty decent tip for humble brag, but I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give him an extra $1 because I'm like, this is a lot of snow. I did not shovel. I'm gonna give him an extra $1, and luckily I did give him that extra $1 because I'm a nice person. But anyways, his he walks up he's a dumb person like me, and he has like he's a dumb teen, but basically like me. He has cloth shoes on, he has like skinny jeans on, he's like he looks like outside. He looks completely frozen, his up to his fucking kneecaps, I swear to God, in snow. His shoes are completely soaked, and I'm so glad I gave him that extra $1 because I ended up giving him a $1.33 tip by accident.
Oh, you're a horrible bastard. How much is the bill?
I don't even remember what it was, but it wasn't that much. But I felt so bad. I'm just like, and as soon as I didn't, I'm like, oh fuck. And I would never do this, but I fucking ran outside. I'm just like, and I'm like a crazy person. This poor kid, I'm just like waving at his window because he's like counting the money because he's like, I don't think he understood it because it was so sad because he just went he was like trying to count all the money and stuff, and I'm like, oh man, if he doesn't have like all the money, I'm gonna have to be like, well, it's fine, you can just give me $1 less. Like, I was gonna give him a big tip anyway, so like I would have felt horrible about saying like just give me $1 less because he like if he didn't have the money. But I'm like, it was so long and awkward and just like the poor thing, and so my only saving grace is because I don't think he noticed until he got back to his car where he's completely miserable and like trying to like salvage his poor cloth shoes. But I ran out there. I'm just like, I am so sorry. And I just like yelled words that made no sense. I'm like, I thought I gave you this and that in 20s. Yeah, I'm like,
pizza money change.
Pizza money change.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh, thank you.
The only
I
times
felt so bad.
The only times I get delivery ever is when I'm too drunk to safely get my own food. Or it's too cold for me to be fucking bothered to do that. That's it. Those are the only 2 times. It was way too shitty outside, or I'm way too shit faced.
Shit faced.
Yeah. That's it.
I like to drink.
Oh yeah. The funny thing is it's like bullshit too, because I never go through drive-thrus. I always go in.
Really?
It's
you're that guy.
Yeah,
you're the reason.
I'm not a lazy ass. You fuck.
Fuck you.
2, there's never a line. It's so quick if you go inside because everyone's too fast to get out of their trucks. The only time I ever want to go through the drive-thru is when it's like a really shitty winter Michigan day,
which is every Michigan winter.
But it's all my windows are always frozen up, so I can't. I have to go.
It's like anyway. A piece of garbage. You have to like open your door.
Yes, I don't do that, so I go in anyway. But the only time that I would want to do drive-thru is I can't. I can't do it. It's horrible.
That's because you're
getting that Wendy's chili now.
Do you like? What's your favorite fast food place?
My favorite fast food place.
Yeah, is it like a?
I don't think I have one. I don't get fast food that much, and I always like.
Oh god, I love the fast food places. It's so disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have one, to be honest.
I'm a disgusting.
Also, depends. If I'm like really drunk, obviously the cliche, I would go for some Taco Bell.
I love Taco Bell.
I guess that's one that stands out. But only when I'm drunk. I do not like Taco Bell particularly when I'm sober. It's fine.
Yeah.
But if I'm shit-faced, I'll go
everyone just shits on Taco Bell, but I'm a vegetarian, so I only get the bean burritos.
Are you really?
Yeah, I still am.
I could not.
Still am.
My diet is like 90% meat.
Meat.
Yeah.
What's the other percent?
Chips.
Chips.
I have like vegetables and fruit and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but it's big meat eater.
But I'll never get like sick, or like I'll never have a bad experience with Taco Bell because I always get non-vegetarian stuff that won't like kill me.
Yeah.
So
no, Taco Bell has
I have a special relationship with Taco Bell.
Taco Bell has like the worst meat that they're allowed to sell you.
Yeah, it's like garbage meat.
Yeah, they got. I might be wrong on the animal here, but it was something that blew my fucking mind. But they got in trouble with like the FDA, and they were selling like. Again, I could be wrong on this. Owl meat. I think it was. And I was like, holy shit. It was some crazy ass animal you would never think of. And they were like, got in trouble.
Pigeon meat.
Some garbage. That being said, I've had some pretty exotic meats in my life.
So the most exotic meat I've ever eaten was probably. It's gonna be an asshole and say a man's penis, but I don't think I've ever eaten anything.
You already know anything that's like weird for the American?
No, I don't think anything like even like Venice. Like I've eaten like all
Venice.
No, nothing crazy. Like not even like a
Venison?
deer or like Venice.
Venice.
I ate Venice Beach. Fuck me.
No, I think this is hard. The craziest meat I've eaten is either alligator
Okay, it's gross.
or
That's
kangaroo.
awesome. Ooh, it's pretty awesome.
Pretty good.
I had an alligator when I was younger.
So your pet?
Yeah,
Really?
I didn't eat it.
Did you really have an
Yeah,
alligator?
we named it
Like-
Susie.
For real though, because I'm not fucking around. Because
We fed it goldfish. True story.
is it a true story? Really though?
This is the truth hour. Yeah, it's
Because
100% true.
I have a python.
Do you?
Yeah, in the place that we used to go to get rats to feed it.
We've
Because
got
our python doesn't have the luxury of deciding to be a vegetarian. But
How big is it?
like 6 feet.
Okay.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, we used to have
like it can't eat me. It's like it's thinner.
we used to have everywhere between chameleons, small little reptiles, to 6-foot boas, to alligators, little baby alligators. But
Yeah, because
now I just have a little ball python here in the studio.
yeah, that's what I have. Pretty big for him. Yeah.
Mine's just a ball python. It's a little baby 2-footer. It's not even that
Oh,
big.
ours is pretty long.
Corn snake. Sorry, corn snake.
Yeah, it's a pretty awesome pet. It's cool to feed them, like watch their.
Yeah. We just kind of sit. He sits next to me in the
We
the other office, and we just look at.
we
each
feed
other.
it pre-killed rats. You know,
Yeah,
we like heat
same
them
here.
up because you don't want it to get hurt. While
I used to feed some of the bigger ones cut strips of chicken and
Really?
warm it up. Yep. So like
Yeah,
off
you
the
would go
bone.
for it, really.
Yep, they loves it.
Yeah,
but you have to kind of get it to the point where it's like, because they still they're kind of dumb, but they're like, okay, this is even if you feed them like a frozen like dead animal, they're like, oh my god, this scene's real. I'm gonna sneak up on it and it's attacking. They're so dumb.
One
It's
of the
so
rats
great.
that we fed one time. This is so bad. So it's like dangling it, getting the motion, getting it to shoot for it, take it out of your hand, and all the skin on its tail slides off.
Yeah, that kind of stuff
And it
happens
just-
sometimes. It's disgusting.
Yeah, but then he like went for it, and when he was squeezing it, it just ripped open and poured out. And then you have to clean that shit. First of all, it was
So
disgusting.
you probably have to feed them bigger mice. Yeah, that obviously you do bigger mice. Mine are so small, and I'm so lucky that they don't. Mine doesn't like rip it apart. But yeah, it's just.
Yeah, we feed him pretty big ones now, pretty decent size. It almost killed the cat a couple weeks ago.
Try to feed. You can't. Okay, so when you run out of food, you don't try to feed it.
I know.
Cat.
Bro, my brother was like changing its water, and its cage is like an old like jewelry display.
Okay.
And we have like one of those, and we like turned it into a makeshift cage. But on one half of it, he keeps my brother keeps the tarantula, and he went to do something with the tarantula and closed it too hard, so the other side slid open. So then he went to do whatever, and then all of a sudden we hear the cat freaking out and come in, and it's like all tangled on its arm and like
No, it's
yeah.
horrifying.
Which is funny because like what a dumbass snake, because it would not be able to eat the fucking cat. It's
You
too
can kill
big.
it, but
Yeah, but it's too. You're not gonna get a meal out of that shit. It's ridiculous.
you can have leftovers, bitch. You can have a fridge.
Oh,
We had a snake. Then we were trying to feed it live mice, which I did not like. I was a lot younger at the time, and I hated it so much. But apparently the snake did too because they were like best friends. The snake would not eat the mouse. They were like literally like mouth to like mouth. They were just like looking at each other. The mouse was like crawling on the snake, like total friends. And then that's how I got a mouse as a pet. and then they had like 2 of them, whatever. And then they started all fucking each other, and that was a disaster. Yeah, I had horrible parents.
Yeah,
let me absolutely just fucked up. Well, I had a horrible dad, so he let me have a bunch of animals that ate each other. Luckily, I wasn't there as like the weekend dad, so you didn't really see him. It's just like every time you showed up, there was just a random amount of mice. Like there's 2 mice this week.
Just remembered
2 mice this week. 10 mice this week. Fuck you, you've seen my dad before.
Oh my god, I know, I just remembered. That was blocked the fuck out, dude. I did not remember that until just...
Back in the age of my dad trying anything possible to gain my love, he let me facilitate his little manufactured home for weed smoke. Who else were we with?
It was...
probably some of your friends.
Yeah, they were my friends. It was me and a couple of my friends. I remember this. I totally forgot about this 100%.
It was one other friend, and of course my dad was being the weirdest fucking weirdo. Yeah. The fact that I didn't... And it's weird that I don't even know what was wrong with me at the point. I must have been like fucked up because... I think I had a room at that house that I could have went to, but instead we were just like smoking like at his kitchen table.
He kept telling you not to do things, and you just blatantly would do them.
I literally hated him. No. I literally did not like this man at all. I did not give a shit.
Awkward acceptance that came out.
When I was younger, I didn't want to. Like I could hang out with people at my house, but I didn't want to like. I always tried to be like a good kid. So I never wanted to like have like a bunch of people like come out and hang out at my house. But I'm like, fuck it, I don't need to just sustain this relationship. God, what was wrong with us? What were we even doing beforehand? Did we just like in my mind maybe you like picked me up and we just like hung out?
I really can't remember.
What the fuck were we doing and why did we end up there? I mean, I understand why. Maybe we like picked up weed or something.
No, we were definitely there just to smoke. Because the kid who was with us was my dealer at the time.
Was he?
Yeah.
That's probably why. He probably didn't have weed or something.
By the way, though, his dad is weird as fuck, too. So it's probably not weird to him.
The kid's dad?
Yeah.
Oh, he's probably used to it.
Yeah.
Whole state of sad life. God, I didn't even remember that.
Yeah, I didn't either, dude.
I remember it happened like a while ago, and I'm just like, oh my God, I gotta bring that up. And I don't think I remembered who it was with.
Yeah, it was me.
That's so fucked up. I do remember, and our audience will thank you severely for this. You got up at like 2:00 in the morning for me, and we hit up Denny's, and you drove me to pick up an iPhone.
Oh my God, we did, yeah.
Yeah, you're a sweetheart. You drove me, and you literally got up in the middle of the night for. Was it like I don't think it was. It must have been a school night. It must have been.
No, I didn't have school. I know I didn't have school. Because I remember, because in the middle of it...
Oh, it was summertime. It was summertime. Yeah. That's what it was.
Because in the middle of waiting for a line, I went home and I mowed the lawn because my mom was
went
mad.
Home.
And then I came back.
I thought you went home and just like slept or whatever.
I went home and I mowed the lawn, and then I came back to my glorious activity of waiting in line for my friend to get an Apple product.
God, what an idiot you are. Why did you do that?
I don't know.
You're so nice.
There was some incentive that I don't remember.
I mean, we probably
weed.
Yeah, maybe probably just a weed. But I don't even think that. Maybe I said like I'd buy you Denny's or something. Maybe not even that. I don't even know. But
it was a type.
And I had no other way of getting it. And I think it was at the time I was actually starting to slowly do this as a job. So like I needed the phone like that day. Like, and I'm like, I didn't plan this at all. Let's hope someone helps me. Fucking Steven's up at 2:00 in the morning. I remember it must have been even earlier than that because we would have had to like line up and get ready. So I would have been like up earlier than that and like frantically just like, okay, is he up? I'm like, my nightmare is like he is not going to be up. And I'm like, and I would have totally understood like if you weren't up. Like
I keep the weirdest hours.
And I like texted you. I'm like, oh my God, he's awake.
No, we were talking about this briefly. We moved on. We changed subjects, but because I brought up how I'm unemployed right now. But so that gets me on the weirdest fucking schedules. Like, because I'll stay up really late for some arbitrary reason, and then like that's my schedule for the week. So that being said, there's a period where I was like going to bed at 10 in the morning.
That's crazy.
Like, there's a week or two like that.
I was too at some point.
That being said, people were getting drunk texts from me at 8 in the morning. Everyone was like, I'm an alcoholic. He just got up. He's already hammered. So now.
Just like he just must have got up early. And he's just delusional.
Just threw back some beers for breakfast.
I can't do beer for breakfast, but I can do literally anything else, which is weird.
I could if I wanted to.
I gotta maybe look into some like breakfast beers or something.
Breakfast beer.
Breakfast beer.
You're gonna open up a line of alcoholic.
Well, maybe
for alcoholics, alcohol for alcoholics.
It would have to be something which I don't like, which would be like a flavored beer or something, like something almost like
eggs and bacon beer.
Something almost like vanilla-y or portery, like something you had before. You had some vanilla porter bullshit.
It's delicious. It's brewed in Detroit too, man. It's good shit. That
doesn't mean anything.
Vanilla Java.
I'm in Detroit. I'm a piece of shit. Oh, what fun.
We do have good beers here, though. Like,
I agree.
Do you go to Frankenmuth ever?
I go to Frankenbooth about twice a year. It is my jam.
Yeah, me too. I love Frankenmuth.
Should go to Frankenbooth together sometime.
Frankenmuth is like a little German-themed Bavarian.
Yeah, I'm a German man.
Yeah, they have delicious beer up there.
I like the Frankenmuth Brewery porters.
Mm-hmm.
So Pilsners. Nope, I like the Pilsners. I got fucking Kroger was selling it, and then they stopped.
Really?
I'm so mad. I was single-handedly keeping that beer in stock, and they got rid of it. I'm so sad. So sad.
My favorite vodka just got bought by Canada, and now it's shit.
What brand is it?
Freeze. And it's
never
cheap,
heard of it.
But it's good. Well, it's not anymore. It was cheap but good, like Smirnoff price, but like a lot better than Smirnoff.
What's distinct about it?
It's very clean. I don't know. I don't really know. It's very refined, I guess. It was a Swedish vodka, but it got bought by Canada, and now it's shit. Okay. And now it's complete shit.
What was the one that got bought out by like Russia? It was PBR, right?
Really? I don't drink PBR anyway.
Oh, you're a sad man.
Me and my craft beers.
I like a good craft beer. All right, so all I wanted to bring it up is because it's a new thing. It's I'm watching Better Call Saul.
That show is amazing. How
many episodes in are you? We can't do any spoilers. Okay, but how many episodes?
We won't do any. I'm caught up. What are it, 3?
I just watched. I just watched the 3rd one today.
Yeah, no, I'm totally caught up.
That's good. Do you think it will end up? My thing is how we're over. I'm waiting to see how it overlaps, and I won't know that until the end of like.
What do you mean by overlaps?
Series.
Like what? How long before it's set?
Because it opened up with like a flashback, so it's like the timeline is from like the very start to like now, and I'm like wondering how it's gonna be. Like, is it gonna be something where in 20 years from now, where we say you have to watch Better Call Saul first?
See, I think it's gonna be always the opposite,
or even like you could watch it is this always going to be something you have to watch Breaking Bad first? So it's almost kind of like taking it because it's supposed to be a preload, so which would mean it would almost be like you would watch this to like gain information, which we're as of now we're gaining information. They're not really like spoiling anything from Breaking Bad.
There's nothing vital.
I'm waiting for any kind of Breaking Bad spoilers or thing, which maybe they won't do, but I'm like waiting, which I don't want. So
there's only so far been 2 characters that overlap, other than Saul. There's only been 2 characters that are.
I know of one, and maybe I have to rewatch the last episode because I was half watching. I was like writing notes for today.
And both of them are in the first episode, so you should know what I'm talking about. He's the man who lets them in and out of the parking lot.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Spoil anything?
I was scared.
And then there's
so scared. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
The other gentleman who you have to know who I'm talking about for that.
Well, we can say who they. We can say I'm like I don't even.
No spoiler. Don't even let people know.
That's not even a spoiler, but I'm not even gonna say.
Yeah, no. By the way, I saw that coming.
What?
The first character who pops in, who was also in Breaking Bad.
I mean, I almost see them all being there.
After the skateboarders, as he was walking up to the house, I said it out loud. I was like, you know who's gonna fucking answer that door? And then he did, and I was like, I'm awesome.
I'm an awesome person.
What a useful skill set.
Oh God!
I know what Vince Gilligan's gonna do next.
He's the director of this.
He's a producer too. Oh, he's the producer of this podcast?
He produces.
So some really cool camera angles.
Do you know what? Do you know what's awesome about this podcast?
What's that?
Is it's on the internet.
Meh.
It's true.
Internet's a nifty thing. I thank Al Gore every day.
Do you? I'm trying to. I had this thing all set up perfectly. This stupid fucking TriCaster, but it's okay. It's okay. We're fine. I was gonna tell people to find folks at home where they could find us. Wouldn't it be awesome if there was like an internet thing?
What?
What if there was like an internet thing?
Like some sort of medium to connect people from different locations.
Like if you were to go online, and let's just say, what if you don't know people? What if you're just like, I've never, I'm clicking on the wrong thing, that's why. Am I? No, I'm not.
What the fuck are you doing? You need to take the computer away from you.
I don't understand why none of these buttons are working. Oh, I understand. Wait, do I? No, I don't. I'm so fucking dumb. All right, I'll forget that part. Okay, so
edit that out.
No, we won't, because someone set up this TriCast in you and they fucked everything up. It's okay. Because no one even watches it. The best part is I won't edit this out just so I can see what kind of a disaster I am. Just so I can always remember.
These are good memories we're forming together. We should edit it at all. Just put it up raw. Just the way we do it anyway.
We'll edit it down to like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Content.
Oh, come on. Do that to me. Break my heart.
I want to let everyone know they can find us everywhere at BEERadio Show. They can send us an email at BEERradioshow@gmail.com. They can leave us a voicemail. Hey, Jody called in. Look at
I don't know why you took that call.
586-574-6165. You can find me everywhere at Bad Beef. Everywhere but Twitter, where I'm at Bad_Beef. How do you not have any plugs?
No, I just have that one.
What's the plug? The butt plug?
The butt plug. Well, we do actually have a special on butt plugs right now. It's buy two, get one free. But yeah, it's leatherdaddy.com. All your BDS.
Is this a real thing?
I don't know if it is. That'll be hilarious. Leather Daddy is actually from Arrested Development, to my knowledge.
What part of it?
When Tobias, his daughter is Maybe.
Okay.
Character Maybe. She's like trying to be rebellious and has like a leather jacket. So Tobias thinks that she's like into leather, and he goes to like buy something, and he's like, I just want an outfit that says Daddy loves leather. And the like very flamboyant associate is just like, do you mean Leather Daddy? Is there such a thing?
Of course you mean no.
That show is fucking priceless.
I do like that show.
Except season 4, dude. That Netflix produced one.
Yeah, the green screen messed me up.
I think the big problem with season 4 was, one, they had like a very like toned in plot. Like everything happened over a day. And 2, everybody's schedules conflicted, so you never had too many characters on screen at one time. And that's the whole point of the show, is the dynamic between
the two,
the family. Yeah.
Hey, they fucked up. They
fucked up. They acknowledge both those problems though, so maybe season 5 will be better. I mean, everybody's careers have blown up since they did Arrested Development, so it's harder to get them on a schedule you need them to be on.
It's tough. It's a tough life.
Yeah, I mean, me and the other producers were really thinking. Fucking no. I don't know
all right, Steven. Well, thank you.
Yeah, we should just awkwardly end this now. Just like in the middle of the sentence.
This was fun. I'm glad you're here. And
I'm glad Kylie's not here.
All right, guys. Thank you all for listening.
Kylie listening from heaven.
I don't think so.
Or hell. Whatever the fuck.
This is BEERadio, the best show on the internet that you are currently watching or listening to.